Um, what other thoughts do you have on how you figure out where you are? And do you come to the MI practice today with like an intention, like today I want to work on affirmations, or today I want to work on or finding change talk, or working on complex reflections? Or is it more sort of, I'm just showing up, I'm just going to try to roll with whatever the client throws at me? Anthony, you're shaking your head, or nodding your head, Natalie. Let's hear from Anthony and then Natalie.
Yes, like this is real life, right? Like whenever we have a person in front of us, things can change and change rapidly. There's a quote by Mike Tyson that I re remember often. He says that everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. And I think I think about that often when I'm working with people. Like we never know. Hopefully you're not actually getting punched in the face when you're interacting with someone, but there's almost always a little thing that can trip you up. And I feel like, especially in practicing motivational interviewing, if I come in with an agenda, I'm not able to be there and listen to understand instead of listen to respond. So I try to kind of come in with the same thing here in mind.
For sure. Yeah, for sure, Anthony. I love that. So having beginner's mind, coming in, just trying to be clear-headed, clear-minded, and be as available and responsive to whatever it is that the client's doing. And at the same time, some folks are here, might have a sort of methodical way in terms of, okay, where do I think I am, and what's my next learning step? Let's see what Natalie wants to add to this.
So as you were speaking earlier, I thought of how I read books, and I have three different levels. I have the books that are like watching television, that are way below my reading level. And I have books that are on my level where there's not a huge degree of challenge, but it's comfortable for me. And then I have books that challenge me, and I have to look words up. I have to really think about concepts, and it really takes concentration and focus.
Wow.
But it doesn't frustrate me to the point where I'm going to put it down and not pick it up again.
That's
So,
the right.
right. So that's how I'm approaching this practice, is that there are going to be things that I'm learning that I can put in this category, and they're valuable. It serves a purpose. And so I'm kind of very open. And then there's going to be the midline where I'm like, I've done this before. I could use the practice. That's great. And then there's going to be the more difficult things. What I don't want is to feel completely lost, like my first day of chorus reading music that I haven't read since I was like 8 years old. So, um, but if I have that kind of frustration, I know what to do. I can seek you out, I can seek others and ask questions, and then just step back a little bit and watch.
Beautiful, Natalie. Wow, I'm just going to capture that whole thing. That was absolutely wonderful. Right. I could phone a friend. I could do a 50-50. What were those things on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? You don't you're not here alone, right? So here in the practice room, you can, what's that safe word? Burlap. You could call timeout, say, I think I'm done. Does somebody want to take over? Uh, Suzanne and Ruth join together when they do the MI, the AI practice tools. They do it together, so they're having conversation as they're doing it. That's beautiful to do it as you're reading a book. Addison, what else do you want to add on to this?
Yeah, I just something that I really love about the group practice is that you can observe what other people's styles are, and it kind of reminds me of like open jam sessions that musicians have, like a bluegrass jam session where anyone of any level can come and you can kind of just like play easy chords. And the easy chords kind of feel like, for me at least, like practicing affirmations but they're like totally essential skills and they're things that you can always get better at. And then I definitely zero in on certain people. For example, like Andrew has a really there's something about his style that I feel like is so empathetic and so like connecting. And I feel like it reminds me of when someone like he's doing the affirmations like everyone else, but this like slight style of just like the empathy that comes through is like something that I really love. So yeah, that's why like the group sessions are so great because everyone has a different style of doing what essentially is the same skill.
Yeah. How beautiful. So you can hear other people jam and you can admire, wow, that person's doing something I didn't know you could do right here. I want to learn how to do that. And maybe we could pause every now and then and say, does that thing you just did, does that have a name? Oh yeah, that's a BB King blues riff, right? That's what that is, right? And here's where I got that from. Yeah. And Andrew, what was it like getting